The death of Ozempic and weight loss drugs. I've been telling you for quite a while now, there's some hazards to these drugs, but this information I think will kind of seal the deal and tell you you got to be very careful with these things. And I'm also, in addition to doing that, going to give you an option. What's a healthy option? Well, I'm going to tell you a story about Andy at the end of this little talk. I have been following weight loss drugs since the 90s. Fen-Phen was the biggie then. And I had patients that were on Fen-Phen, and I was warning them there's going to be problems. And sure enough, they start seeing heart valve lesions in these people, and immediately they're taken off the market all after millions of people had been prescribed these drugs. It was quite a while before the next one came about, Rimonabant. And it is an endocannabinoid blocker, which makes you less hungry and you lose weight. Unfortunately, suicidal tendencies started popping up, and this drug is taking off the market. And in the last couple years, Ozempic, Zepbound, and other weight loss semaglutides have been showing up. So what do we know about these drugs? Well, people think they are miracle drugs because they've seen all these commercials on these things. There's a lot of hype around them, but most people don't know. They don't work for everyone. About 15% of the population out there, they just absolutely do not work for. But the ones that they do work for cause weight loss. This is 52 weeks, 60 weeks, 68 weeks on one of the drugs. Here's a different one, there's a different one. So they cause about a 10 to 18% body weight loss. But after the magic number, 52 weeks, 1 year, they quit working. And you can be on them forever. Your weight is not going to go down. Now, why is that? Is that because these people hit their weight loss goals? They're healthy and strong now? Unfortunately not. They started obese, they ended obese with all of the drugs. None of them got out of the obese category to an overweight category even, let alone at their ideal body weight. So why does the weight loss stall after a year? Well, there's a number of reasons for this, but somehow it appears that your body kind of tries to push that weight back up by increasing your appetite and making you eat more, significantly more. Within 12 months, the resistance together from your body with the decreased total energy expenditure. Now that was an alarm that set off in my head. Why are they burning less calories? That's what causes the weight loss to plateau and stop going down. And we can see that as body weight goes down on these semaglutides, the energy expenditure goes down, and then food intake starts going up. Well, that's a bad combination. You're burning less calories, you're eating more again, and these people are still eating 400 calories less than before, but their weight is plateauing. When you lose weight inappropriately, when you lose muscle mass, your metabolism slows down. And it's something called Ozempic sarcopenia, which is a loss of muscle mass. And I want you to know this is very significant. These drugs can cause a 40% of the weight you lose is from loss of lean mass in your body. You don't want to lose any lean mass. That includes muscle. So we've known from other studies, like the Biggest Loser studies, that people that lose weight inappropriately, lose a lot of muscle, slow their metabolism down, and then it gets really hard to lose more or even keep the weight off. This Ozempic sarcopenia is what causes people's face to look gaunt and their breasts to sag and their butt to sag. Ozempic face, Ozempic breasts, Ozempic butt. Not what we want to see. Here's another study where after 20 weeks, they put half the people on a placebo, the other half stayed on the semaglutide. And what happened? Well, as soon as they stopped, the weight starts shooting up again. Now that was the same for Zepbound, the other weight loss drugs. But let's take it out to a year and see what happens. Here we are, we're actually at 68 weeks, past a year. Weight loss has plateaued, the drug is stopped, and the weight shoots right back up. going to be about back to where it was after 1 year, which is not good. Now, what about the health benefits that they see with people that are on these drugs? Their blood pressure does go down, C-reactive protein for inflammation goes down, hemoglobin A1C for blood sugar goes down, and those things completely disappear, those benefits, when you quit taking the drug. Nothing stays there. How long do you have to stay on the drugs? You guys know how long? Semaglutides, like other anti-obesity medications, should be prescribed with the expectation that it will be used long-term, possibly lifetime. You're not going to keep the weight off without staying on the drugs. Now, that is just the absolute death of it, in my opinion. Benefits, even with the new dual and triple receptor inhibitors are overall notable, but nonetheless limited. You might lose 20 to 25% of the weight, but it's still going to leave you obese after that, and you're still going to have major health risk. Semaglutide is only effective for weight loss as long as it is used. And sometimes when you stop using it, you're going to have a lot more problems because of what's happened to your body. Weight loss occurs early, but plateaus with years of continued treatment required just to maintain the initial benefits. So do people stay on it long term? There's a study of 1,690 people that were taking the drugs, and of those people, did they stay on it? Well, most of the individuals didn't even make it 12 weeks on the drug, let alone 6 months or a year, so they're not going to have really any significant benefits from that. After half the people are taking it after 2 months, so half the people have already bailed out. 80% quit by 6 months. And why do they quit? Why do they quit? Is it the $1,000 a month that they're paying? Well, that's definitely a factor. But studies show that even people who have this paid for by their insurance don't continue it. And what about their health care cost? What are we paying for health care for these people? Does it go down because they're on the drugs? No, it doubles when they're on the drugs. There's lots of reasons to make you double think what you might want to do with these things. People might lose the means to pay for the drugs or experience brutal side effects or be affected by shortages, and there does not appear to be a shortage in America. So the mode of action of these, it does some beneficial things to your body, but the side effects can be significant. Nausea and vomiting, just not two things I'd like to have going on every day. Abdominal pain, constipation or diarrhea, and bowel obstruction, and in some people, even death. There's some very serious potential side effects. They're not real common, but these are pretty common. So let me review where we're at. You may not lose weight, or you may lose weight on these drugs. Nothing guaranteed. 80% of the people are going to stop by 6 months, which isn't long enough to really do anything. You will lose significant muscle, as up to 40% of the weight is lean muscle mass. Your metabolism will slow down, making it much harder for you to keep the weight off. The side effects can be brutal and on rare occasion fatal. The weight will come back if you stop the drug. You need to be on these drugs forever to be successful. Now that just makes it something that I think people would want to really think about before they go that route. And what about a different route? Well, let's look at Andy. Andy went through the 7 Systems plan last year. He lost 100 pounds, and by the way, that's twice as fast as Ozempic or the weight loss drugs will do. We get the weight off a lot faster. And not only that, all of his drugs, his prescriptions went away. Diabetes went away. He feels and looks like a new person. And most importantly, he learned how to keep the weight off because he joined a healthy lifestyle program, which is what the 7 Systems plan is. So for less than the cost of 1 month worth of these drugs, you can fix your systems like Andy did. That is the real solution. We got to get these systems working correctly to get people back to good health. I want to encourage you to check out our plan at sevensystemsplan.com or in a provider office that might be near you.